Today, it's normal to think of Africa as hopeless, helpless, a place we have to pity, where the little bit we can do makes a huge difference, as though we are the saviours. Providing a few pounds, a well, a little microcredit scheme, or a goat for Christmas. It's pathetic. But of course it makes us feel better. But it's not telling the truth. Is Africa really just a mountain of despair? Do people really want just enough to survive? I don't think so. Meet Lawrence, Patricia, Kwame, Abba and Emmanuel. These are snapshots of Ghanaians with big plans, big aspirations and ideas, making development happen themselves. They want modern amenities, fab homes and all the stuff we have. And they're not unusual either. They're people you meet every day if you visit Ghana, but we are so wrapped up in our pity, we don't even notice them. Why don't we think of people in developing countries as just like us? Why don't we treat people the way we want to be treated ourselves? After all, no one wants to be pitied.
Yeah, so I'm suggesting an industry is established here to help most of the people in the community. Most of the people are farmers. Anytime they harvest their produce, they sell them at lower prices on the market. And when the prices shoot up, they don't have any to sell. So they're always marking time. This is my uncompleted house. In fact, I've managed to put up to this level. But there is no money to complete, no ceiling, no electricity. So in fact, my children, they don't view TV. When there's no program going on, they don't know. I myself, I don't get TV because of electricity. And news, sometimes you buy this small cell battery, in 2 days time, in fact, it's off and you cannot continue buying all the time. And then sometimes when I get visitors, I feel very shy to bring them to this place because there are no sitting chairs flexible for visitors. I always entertain my visitors outside and no shower for me to enjoy. So in fact, I managed to build up to this level, and because of poverty, in fact, I cannot continue, but all the same, I'm managing. I'm a tomato producer. So if an industry is set up here, we the farmers here, our produce can be canned so that when the prices are up, we can sell and then we make a good profit, and then we're able to put up better houses. This is my uncompleted kitchen. You could see some of the baskets that I used to load the tomatoes to the market. These are the baskets that I used to put in the tomatoes for the market. You see, it's uncompleted, but in fact, I have to manage. So if an industry is set up here, I think when the produce are abundant, we can can them and then store them, keep them. When the prices are up, we sell and we get money. The whole community is facing this problem, yeah, because we are all farmers. Yeah, so I'm talking on behalf of my colleagues.
There are many people in the West who feel genuinely concerned about the poverty which is causing havoc in our part of the world, and these are very genuine people. But you see, the fact that they are genuine does not make the problems go away. Even if the problem of poverty was eradicated through pity from the West and sympathy and occasional donations and so on, what does that do to the people in our situation? It creates a certain sense of hopelessness, a certain sense that they cannot do it on their own. It breeds inferiority and so on. So I think we've got to question that model. I can understand why all this is happening. The West is primarily responsible for underdevelopment. They're trying to wipe away that sense of guilt by creating a new atmosphere of dependence. And I think that's really awful.
Welcome to my home. My name is Patricia Okulu. This is the way in. Please enter. My mom works in the UK as a caterer, and she saved up her monthly salary so that we can build up this house. So anytime she have enough, she send it down to us so that we can get this house built. This is my new fridge. I bought it from London, from Comment Stores the last time I visited there. I like this fridge a lot because it produces ice, and anytime you want a chilled drink to take, you just put your glass down there and you can take crushed ice out of it. It is also very spacious. You can get a lot of stuffs in here. As you can see, I've not even started using it yet. And that is the ice compartment, and it has also got a lot of space. You can keep stuffs in there and you still have enough space to do something else. I've got this widescreen color television, a Philips model. I bought it with a DVD and the stand as a package from Comment Stores in UK the last time I visited. I like it a lot because it's very widened. Even if you're sitting far away from the TV, you can still see the pictures on it. I have this sofa here. It's very comfortable. You can just sit in it and you sit down the whole day without going out. You can just lie in it, sleep the whole night, and wake up in the morning feeling very comfortable. It's large enough to contain about 4 or 5 people. And I love sitting in it and sleeping in it as well. So I love everything about the house. Everything about my house, I love it. Just everything that I have in it. And we've got a modern bathroom. It is not true that people who have money and beautiful houses in Ghana do not care about other Ghanaians who do not have. It is not true, because we Ghanaians are very, very helpful to each other. At the moment, my husband has got his office in our hall. That's where he works. So we are putting up this small building. This office is going to have a lot of technology. He's going to have all his computers in there, all his editing suites. Yeah, I'm excited because I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this day. I never knew it was going to be today, but it's today, so I just have to live up to it. So I'll dash in there, quickly get myself dressed up and get ready for the day.
It is true that Ghanaians abroad sent in quite some handsome amounts, as remittances and so on. So remittances really are nothing new. I mean, whether the people work in the country or outside the country,
You look after your family.
You look after your family, and that has always been the case. When Ghanaian professionals were working in Ghana, there were remittances. A certain percentage of your salary is for the upkeep of your extended family, of your parents and less privileged people in your family.
So if people were working in an urban area, they'd send money back to a village, or
they send money back to the village, and even in the urban area, if they have relatives who are less fortunate, they'll still give them money.
when we visit Africa, we stay in great places and often feel guilty. So whose house is it then?
It's for one of the real estate developers in Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's for sale, but they've not got somebody to buy it. So
All right.
Yeah, it's the kitchen.
But this isn't about us and how we feel. Anyway, going without doesn't help the poor.
This is a store if we need to put anything here.
Okay, and laundry. The poorest conditions can so easily be transformed.
And your big fridge.
So why in the West do we think so small?
Another living room here.
Oh, this is great, Kwame. So are there many places like this?
Loads of them, loads of them. I'll
Really?
take you around in Accra and then you see places.
You know, people think that if you live like this in Africa, that you must be corrupt. They assume anyone with a nice house.
No, but that is the Western ignorance. Everybody is like, you know, when you go to a poor man's house, you tell him what to do because he doesn't have intelligence to be rich. And so you think he doesn't have any means of living on his own.
Yeah.
You know? So that is the assumption. They always come and tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have no clue. That is it. They have no clue how people live their lives and stuff like that. Yeah. Let me show you here.
Okay.
This is another bedroom.
Oh, it's like a maze. Another bedroom. Oh, with an ensuite.
There's a better one somewhere.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. There's another one.
And then round here? Oh, there's no shortage of bathrooms either.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Call me back. I'm busy right now. And I love this room because of the bathroom.
Okay. Blimey, it even echoes. And people just don't think, you know, of Africa like this, do they?
No.
Cool, pool.
Let's go see.
So has the infrastructure improved much
Yeah,
in the last 5 years?
We've done a lot of roads in Accra and some of the cities. So this is the National Theatre. It's closed down at the moment. I think they're doing some renovations for Christmas
really?
or something, yes.
This was done by
The Chinese.
Chinese architect.
Yeah.
I mean, what do people make of the fact that it's sort of built with Chinese money?
I think that is not an issue.
It's not an issue.
No.
These are all new buildings that are going up.
Yeah.
Is this Ghana's first high-rise?
I should think so, yes. This is the place.
This is a big new IT centre.
Yeah. I'm very hopeful by end of next year, we should be here. Okay, so here will be the theater. And then on top, we have the classrooms, and then production, editing suite, bits and bobs like that. We will go in phases because we don't have the money. We will go to the first phase where we can finish and then be here next year because the landlord is on our tail. We have to move out. So next year we come here and then build on it gradually. This is going to have all the facilities. We are just doing the first floor, and then later on we build on the second floor. you know. And so for now, this will be this thing. We're hoping that by the end of March, we should be able to come here, do a little that we can afford, and then, you know, gradually build on it. You and who? And you and who?
£60 makes you a millionaire, I think. Is that right? £60 is a million. CDs.
Okay. Do you have a sack? You don't have sack?
Let me do this. Look. It's a tragedy, though. You've got all this money, you feel like a millionaire, and then you realise it's not worth very much. That's the horror. When as Westerners we visit the developing world, we are really rich, which makes the poverty we see even more shocking. And it's easy to wallow in it and blame better off people, as though they're all mean. So are there many shops like this in Accra now?
Yeah, we have about 4 large malls like this.
You know, I tell you what's funny is people don't think of people in Ghana or Africa in shopping malls. They don't think of them like that in terms of wanting modernity and
I
that
just
kind
told
of
you
thing.
that we had one European girl coming here thinking that we are sleeping on trees and was disappointed to see something like this.
Disappointing.
So that's all we get. Go ahead. Okay, let's go.
People like Kwame, who live in a developing country, aren't traumatised by poverty. Instead, they're doing something about it and want everyone to be rich.
So, do you like this place?
I love it.
You know what I hope for?
Go on.
That like next 5-10 years you come back, you see loads of people from all walks of life, from all walks of nationality, you know, here enjoying the facility with water sports, with all sorts of games here and there. And then here, stretch out, this young man wants a job. So this huge facility is full of hotels and you see all sorts of things happening here. And then this one, you see life here. Right now it's dead, isn't it? Waste. That is what we have to work on now. This is all it's about, isn't it? You know, exploiting it to our benefit. That's it. Apart from that, it's useless. It makes no sense.
Even the poorest countries are not short of amazing beauty spots and great places to stay. Abba and her husband have created a picturesque resort on the side of Lake Volta. They have done it all themselves and are even making money from rich Westerners who want to go without.
We've been here for the past 2 years now, and things are picking up really good. And in fact, we are really happy that we set up this place, because for the look of things, before we started this business, the hospitality industry in Ghana was really poor. So I and my husband decided, why don't we get into this kind of business? And so far, so good. With us, because I am a local person and he is a foreigner, the two of us coming together made things more easier. Infrastructure in Ghana in particular, especially in the countryside, is very, very limited. Take for instance, with us, every infrastructure we have in here, in place now, was done by, we did everything ourselves. And that lets part of the investment capital goes more into the infrastructure than getting it into what you really want to set up. Our plans for the future is to get this place to a standard to which both tourists and local people can really enjoy and can really have holiday packages. It's a typical African village we decided to establish because most of the tourists who comes around want to really experience our local way of building and our style or our way of living. So I'll let you have a look. So this is how the inside looks like. We decided to leave everything as natural as it is. So as you can see, the ceiling, the thatch roofing, everything is really natural as it is in the nature.
Okay. And, but, obviously compared with a village, you've got electricity in here.
Yes, as compared to the typical village, we decided to put in an electricity. And then also you have your washroom with a shower.
So it's traditional African with modernity.
Yes. Sometimes even very rich people decide to live in here because they've not experienced this kind of living before. Some really rich people who have modern houses, they really want to experience how this construction has been built and how it looks like and how it feels like. It's all about trying to see things to which you don't have yourself. Most of the time, people who comes in decide to even neglect you offering them fans or you offering them TV. They want to really get out of the modern things and really live here in pure nature. So they even decide to cook themselves, to really experience the typical beauty of the nature.
Who knows what makes any people content with their
What does
conditions?
happiness mean? Yeah.
Exactly, who knows? And the fact that people smile on camera doesn't make them happy.
Sure.
You understand? So I think it's important for the people themselves to decide for themselves what they want their future to be.
Emmanuel, this hotel is absolutely fantastic. What inspired you to set up a hotel like this?
Thank you and welcome. Yes, it's a big dream. I was in the hospitality industry years back after my college, and I decided to come to this area. One, this is where I'm coming from, and there are a lot of potentials here.
And how long has Chance's Hotel been here, and is it still developing?
I have plans to develop the hill here, to do a hiking trail on top of the hill, and I'm building 50 rooms. For now, I have 78 rooms, and 50 rooms will be ready by Christmas this year. And then I will build a tennis court, gym, basketball court.
So who comes here? People from all over the world, conferences?
The whole world comes here. Europeans come, Americans come, but mostly Americans, mostly African Americans. The universities come, lecturers, students, and a lot of conferences also goes on here from the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, American Peace Corps, USAID, GTZ, Frederick Ebert Foundation, Frederick Norman, K International, all those guys come here.
It really is an extremely beautiful area.
Thank you.
And what do you think Ghana's potential is as a tourist, for the tourist industry?
I believe there's a lot to do here to develop it. Road network is number one affecting us here. I would like to see a lot of people coming because that's the only way we can make money to develop the industry. Yes. These are the carvings from every northern part of the Sub-Saharan Africa. This is the way they look. You see the earrings, and these are couples. These are couples singing.
Singing?
Yeah. My pineapple and a sunflower. The H. I use the letter H for the designing. So because as tropical as it is here, you need to have your cross ventilations, you know, rather than getting a square, you know, you do the H. Everywhere there's air and it's fresh in the room all the time. So you don't have to bother yourself on air conditioning and whatever. That's it. It's more economical.
I can understand why people feel they must contribute something to the desire for change in Africa, but we still have to analyze whether the choices they make about how to make that contribution actually leads us anywhere or continues to deepen a certain perception of the problem. And I think the Geldof strand of the thing, it's too much, a pity on these poor natives kind of approach.
So far as we, as Africans, or Ghanaians for that matter, are not seen as championing the cause of what we want, we will get people like Geldof who will stand in our stead and say this is what they want. And they know nothing about what we want. They know nothing. Just that it's like, oh yeah, it's a basket case, charity case, I mean, who says in a local parlance, we say a beggar has no choice. And therefore he will stand there and say, okay, let's go give them this, let's do this and that. Without not necessarily just getting there to find out what really the aspirations are.
I always say that to teach my friends about development in Africa and the challenges, and say, what if we woke up one morning and some unprecedented natural disaster had taken place and all the continents had disappeared and it's been taken over by the sea and Africa alone remained as a landmass? And then what?
Everyone will come home.
I love it. But that's some wine on that. God,
So back in the footsteps of Lucy,
Oh, that this country will really become great and nice, and that we won't only want to live in it, other people will head for it. That's what I think a good country is. Not just this bit about these people staying there, it's but other people want to go there as well. That's part of it. That we won't be stuck in so much dependence. Makes me sick.
Still developing. I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of plans.